studios in Oklahoma City. This is an OSU update. I'm Jenny Carlson. The Oklahoma State basketball team has gotten a commitment from a 5-star point guard, and John Helsley joins us on the phone to talk about Jawan Evans. And John, this maybe wasn't a bolt from the blue, but it was surely a jolt in the arm for the Cowboys on the recruiting trail.
Absolutely, Jenny. You know, it had been sort of quiet recruiting-wise as far as commitments go. They've been in on a lot of really, high-profile prospects, and Evans was one of those. But they didn't have any recent commitments to have Igor Ibaka kind of in hand, but that's sort of an older commitment. This is a player, a point guard, who's going to fit their style, and then it could also lead to really trying to get some other players in here to join him.
Well, let's talk about style. First of all, a 6-foot point guard out of the Dallas area, Dallas Kimball High School. Lots of kinds of point guards out there, John. So what mold does he fit into?
I saw one analyst kind of describe him as he's all about the speed, maybe the fastest baseline to baseline point guard in the country. So a guy that really wants to push the pace. Not necessarily a scorer, but a guy that's a good facilitator and a good distributor of the basketball. I think that's the ideal point guard for Travis Ford. He's had, different guys since he's been at OSU. Maybe as far as just being a floor general, maybe a guy that's more along the mold of Byron Eaton, not the same body style, but, a guy that looks to distribute and pass first.
Lastly, John, you talk about what this could mean potentially for Cowboy recruiting moving forward. The early signing period fast approaching on November 12th. Now Oklahoma State with 2 guys in the bag. Evans has been tied to Elijah Thomas, the center out of Lancaster, Texas. Is there a possibility that there's a package deal that's going to happen there? Or does recruiting, maybe even do the ripples of this have some other ramifications?
That's going to be a very interesting thing to watch. They have been known to be close, and they've talked about going to the same school. Obviously, if you're Elijah Thomas, you want a point guard that's going to get you the basketball in position to score. So it sounds like a good fit. There's another very good player, Admon Gilder, that they've been that they're in, final 2 or 3 schools there. And so there's a chance that this really sets some momentum in place for the Cowboys and allows them to get to 3 or 4 commitments, for that early signing period.
All right, we know you'll be following it, John. Thanks so much. Be sure to stay with your best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.